everybody, it's Monica with Fit Eats Coaching, and today I'm back with posterior chain strength. So strength of your entire back from top to bottom. So we got your band fly here. It's a reverse band fly, and this is going to activate your upper back muscles. And then you're going to take a band and put it around your thighs and do hip extensions. Notice how I'm keeping my front leg bent, and I'm really reaching back with that other leg, and it is completely straight. So trying to keep that back leg as straight as you can so you can really get into those glutes to activate them, and also keeping your core engaged. So you're going to do about 8 to 10 repetitions of all of these moves, and you're just doing one round of everything. So now we're doing leg lowers, elevated up on this plyo box. You can also use a bench, or you can just do these on the floor. The main thing is to just draw that belly button to the spine and try to keep your back flat on the floor, flat on your bench. You can do them straight leg, bent leg, any of the other versions that we have also done in sessions. And you can also do the reverse bird dog. Some people like to call this a dying bug extension. These exercises have so many names, but the important thing is that you just do them before your workout. You should also probably do a little bit of cardio and or mobility work to get warmed up so that you can have an amazing workout. Alright, so the first exercise is a plyo box step up. Make sure that you glue that heel to the plyo box and that you're pushing through that heel to come all the way up to standing. You can use a dumbbell, or you can just use your body weight. Now this is a 16 by 20 by 24 plyo box that my awesome husband made for me. But the ones that we have in the gym are generally 12 inches high. We have various different ones at the gym. We have platforms, we have high density foam, and then there's also lifting platforms that we use. I will post some options over on the blog post for this workout, and you can pick and choose. You can even use a much lower step like the aerobics step benches that you can find on Amazon. They're pretty awesome, and they can also work like a regular bench. All right, the next exercise is a single leg row. The main thing here is that you want to use your glute muscles to keep that leg elevated, and you are tucking your core in nice and tight and then really pulling on that weight using all your upper back muscles. This is a great exercise for training the entire back, glutes, but also the core, and it does hit your triceps a little bit just because of the angle that you're pulling the weight back. Also, I wanted to mention that you don't actually need a step or plyo box to do this workout. So if you're thinking this is not for you, it totally is for you. And you can do this with modifications and tips that I have over on that blog post. Anyways, the next exercise is a plyo box renegade row. So you're going to grab your dumbbells and you're going to rest them on your box or bench, and you're going to come into a push-up position and you're going to do rows from there. So notice how high my elbow is coming. And my body is kind of twisting a little bit. This really gets into your deep abdominals, but also I'm not piking my butt in the air. This is really important that you keep your hips down and also not to let them sag. So maybe if this is too hard, you can always place one hand on the surface and then just do one side at a time. You can also do a hands and knees version of this. Once you're finished with that exercise, you're going to move on to a plyo box or incline knee in glute kickback. Same principle here. You're keeping your hips down. I know that there is a huge temptation when you have very weak glutes to want to pike your butt in the air to get that leg up higher. That's not going to help you. One thing that can really help you is to come on down to the forearms and do it from there. You can also do this version if your shoulders and wrists can handle it. This is also a little bit harder on the core and back. Or like I said, you can just come back to your forearms and do one leg at a time, making an effort to really keep those hips down. That's what's going to get your backside a lot stronger. All right, once you're finished with that, you're going to move on to the Bulgarian split squat. Some people like to call this a single leg lunge because your back foot is elevated, but it's really more of a squatting movement. So you're gonna use a dumbbell by your side, or you can put a sandbag on your shoulder. Like I like to do it this way. It just feels more comfortable for some reason. You wanna sink all the weight down into that front heel and make sure that you're keeping your back toe on your surface. So a lot of people tend to put the top of the foot down, and that causes a lot of strain in the low back. So it's important to do this with your toes on the surface and not the top of your foot. Now, if having your foot elevated is still really challenging, you can just lose the weight, or you can just do regular reverse lunges or stationary lunges, just making sure that you sit into the heel so that you're really targeting those gluteus muscles. All right, the last exercise is a sandbag thruster. Now, if you don't have a 50-pound sandbag like this, or like the 45-pound sandbag we have at the gym, you can just fold up a yoga mat, put that on your hips, and then set a dumbbell on top and do it that way. You can also do this from the floor. Main thing is that you're going to hinge at the hips, keep the knees over the heels, and then really squeeze your butt muscles at the very top and kind of keep your head up a little bit so that you're not leaning all the way back. And if you want to add more weight, you can just stack it on top. So once upon a time, I didn't have all these, fun toys that I have now, and I used to just use a 20-pound sandbag and like 2 dumbbells stacked on top. But do whatever you feel works for you. You can also do this at the gym with barbells and bands and so many options for this exercise. Anyways, I hope that this has been helpful. I will be back with more exercises and workouts to help you get your fittest, leanest body. Thanks for watching.